Was Hélio Castroneves' win a huge surprise for you?
Unfortunately, yes. And, Kobe, I think that says more about me and everybody else than it does about Hélio. But, for Hélio to come in here, I always said after I saw him win in 2009, I was still pretty young back then, but I knew that he was going to be the next four-time winner. I just thought it would happen a lot sooner than having to wait 12 years. I thought he would do it with Penske, and I thought it would come a lot sooner than 2021. And then he finishes second in 2014. He finishes second in 2017, doesn't quite get the job done. And then he is no longer a full-time Team Penske driver, goes off to race sports cars, comes back and does the one-off Indy 500 every year, doing the Grand Prix of Indianapolis as well. Has a chance to come back this season, not with Team Penske, but with Meyershank Racing, with a chassis that was called on the broadcast last year by Townsend Bell the slowest car in the field, being driven by Dragon Speed and Ben Hanley last year. And Meyershank Racing to come out as a relatively new team still in this series with Hélio Castroneves in a one-off as a part-timer and win the Indianapolis 500 is absolutely incredible. And there was a great article in ESPN by the great Ryan McGee yesterday that was talking about on Saturday afternoon, AJ Foyt, Al Unser Sr., Rick Mears, the other 3-4-time winners of the Indianapolis 500, they all got together and posed for a picture. And somebody in the crowd was seeing this and shouted at them, "Nobody's ever going to win four again." And it was Rick Mears that quietly turned to the other two and said, "Don't forget, somebody's got a chance to do it tomorrow." And, like I said, I thought Hélio was always going to get it done. I just didn't know when it was going to come. I thought it was going to be a lot sooner than this. And I certainly didn't expect it. Like I said, we picked Dixon to win the race. A lot of us did. And he had his problem in the pits. Hélio's name obviously was on the list of guys who you thought could win the race. But did you pick him to win the race? Did you call him winning the race? And I think very few people did, given the circumstances. I don't know if people realize just how hard it is to come in once a year, like the late, great Dan Weldon did 10 years ago, as a part-timer compared to all the other drivers, all the other teams that have been running full-time, and go out and beat all of them. It's just, I feel like I could keep going. I know we have a long show and a lot of stuff to get to, but, I may seem like I'm gushing, but I don't care. It's a celebration. Everything about the 500 win yesterday for Hélio Castroneves was absolutely incredible. Proved the 500 is the greatest spectacle in racing, and arguably not even just the greatest spectacle in racing, the greatest spectacle in all sports. A great day for Hélio, his fans, his team, and the IndyCar Series as a whole. IndyCar did not let us down yesterday. It was a great race. Great to see Hélio get the win. Yeah, Joe, I think if there were ever a week where it was unanimous, this is going to be it. My one shining moment is also not just Hélio Castroneves, but the whole Indianapolis 500. I think everybody should go on Twitter right now and look at Jeff Gluck's tweets, just the pure sound from the fans. There was definitely something missing last year when Takuma Sato won, and I feel bad for him that he didn't get to experience what Hélio got to experience this year and what he had gotten to experience 3 years earlier in 2017. That was not only one of the greatest races I've ever seen, but one of the greatest post-race celebrations I've ever seen. It reminded a lot of people, I think, of the 1998 Daytona 500 and the line, every man on every crew coming to celebrate and congratulate Hélio Castroneves. I don't think there was anybody in the entire facility that was disappointed with the race result. And, like we said, Hélio just did a tremendous job to get his fourth 500, thoroughly deserving. And I know we talked a little bit before we came on the air. I've been a race fan for almost 15 years now. I think I have to have seen across NASCAR, Indy, F1, ARCA, IMSA, Le Mans, you name it, well over 1,000 races in my lifetime. I'm struggling to think off the top of my head of a race that topped what we saw on Sunday. The Indianapolis 500 had absolutely everything. A four-time winner for only the fourth time ever, the fastest 500 ever. The entire 500 is my one shining moment this week.